Okay, and for those of you that are enjoying the car racing, we're back again with the same game. We're just going to choose a different car on a different track. So I'm just trying to choose a track here. Oh, what track do I want to race on? No, sorry about this. Just try to choose a track. Barbagallo. Okay, that's another Australian circuit. This one's not flat. 1.5 miles long, or 2.4 kilometres. We're going to have 6 laps again, 25 cars again, and we're going to start on 20th, but we will choose a different car to race this time. What do I feel like driving this time around? Let's have a look. So I want something that's not too fast and not too slow, somewhere in the middle there. Oh, should we go with a Capri? I know what we'll choose, I think. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? We won't choose that. We're going to choose a Mark II Jaguar with a 4.2 litre engine in it. So it's a straight 6 engine. It was an engine out of a slightly later model Jaguar than this one. So this Jag would be 1965. As you can see, we've got wire wheels. Has got a slightly later model Jag engine in it, as I said. So it's 4.2 litre, straight 6 cylinder. This car weighs a lot though. She's a very, very big, heavy car. So we'll see how we do on this track with this car. Hopefully I won't be knocked out on the first corner or anything. I'd like to at least finish the race if possible. But we'll see how that goes. It's loading up the track. As I said, it's quite quick to load up. Now this game does allow you to do practice sessions beforehand and qualifying if you want to, just because we're choosing not to. But right now the game does allow for it. And as you can see from those graphics, the game is showing every one of its 21 years of age. So that's why I managed to chuck into reverse instead of first. So we're not doing well with our starts today. But I'm tempted to restart it. But we won't. We've lost a few positions, but never mind. We won't restart it if someone takes us out. That might be a bit slow actually for getting up the hill a bit now. That's an MG ahead of us and a Triumph Dolomite. Now my wife loves all things Triumph when it comes to cars, so she would love one of those Dolomites, I'm sure, although she'd rather have her mixed boxes. You can see how this Jag weighs an awful lot more than that little RX3 we raced before. The acceleration is a lot slower. Then again, the car's almost a decade older as well. Yeah, this is a big 4-door British saloon car. Probably weighs 2 tonnes, all of 2 tonnes I'd say. And it doesn't have a stripped out interior or anything. As you can see, it's still got a little wood grain dash and steering wheel. Whoa, that was not good. Oh, we're in 20th. That's what position we started in. So whatever positions we lost at the beginning with that big mess that we made, we've gained the same number of positions as we lost. So let's see if I can get up to about 16th by the end of this lap, but I wouldn't bet on it. We're definitely not going to win this race. This car's way too heavy to get to the front of the pack in. That's alright, and that's a Mustang that's ahead of us. Most likely a V8 one, but there are a few 6-cylinder Mustangs in this game. I think that's one of the V8 ones, I think. So that's probably running either a 289 or maybe a 302. Probably a 289, so it would look like a better 65 Mustang. No, this would look like to be. So yeah, if I had to guess, I'd say that it would be running a 289, but I'm not absolutely certain about that. It would be running a 302. Now put up to, oh, this is a little 7 that's ahead of us. Now I've got a friend that owns one of those in real life. And those 7s, well, there we go, we only gained one position that last lap, so up to 19th now. Those 7s are very, very tiny little cars. Strip was a bit high and trying to knock the car a bit, so just a bit of the balance I was maintaining. So you can see how this track has more up and down to it than the last one did. And that's the little Alfa Romeo ahead of us now. They run a 1750 cc 4-cylinder engine, but Alfa Romeo engines are very well designed. I'd say quite well ahead of their time. So that's 2 Alfa Romeos, the silver one and the red one there, both Alfas. And now we're up behind another Mustang again, which again looks to me like it's probably a V8 one, not a 6-cylinder one. So you guess that's probably either going to be a 289 or a 302 in that one. Either way, it's a bigger engine than we have. We have a 4.2 litre engine in this one. And we're now coming up on an Austin Healey. I don't know a lot about Austin Healey's, they look really nice. I think that one has a 6-cylinder engine, one that's ahead of us right now. I'm not sure what CC rating it would be. Probably very similar to what we're running here, but in a bit of a lighter car. It's a 2-door car, so it definitely weigh a bit less than this old Jag does. Very hard on the brakes there, doesn't like to slow down, it's just too much weight. Up to position 14, so it's still not great, but can't complain. As I said, this car's not fast enough for us to win this race. There's too many much faster cars in the race, so we're not going to entertain winning it. If I can get up to say position 10, so I think I'm 14 at the moment. 17 or 14, so if I can get up to position 10, I'll be very, very happy. I wouldn't bet on doing that though. Can't tell what these cars ahead of us are yet. Too far ahead. Maybe a little bit closer and we can make them out. It's a 65 through 67 from here, or 64 through 67. So it can't be a 63, it doesn't have a split window in the back. Yeah, it's definitely really what it'll prevent. So many different engine sizes that could have. I've got no idea what engine size that particular one would be. some of them I think we got up to about 454 cubic inches, but I doubt if that's one of those really big ones like that. So it's quite popular running a 350 cubic inch engine in it, but yeah, I wouldn't want to get further because it could be just about anything. I think the smallest engine that model Corvette had was probably a 327 cubic inch, and then there was 350, 427, and I think you get right up to 454 cubic inch in that model, although the 427 may have been the biggest engine for that particular so I'm not an expert when it comes to American cars really. Okay, I don't think we made that to 10th then. I'm certain we didn't. Right, we'll see in a second what position we came in at. 13th. That start certainly didn't help us. And as I said, that car wasn't fast enough. Yeah. There's no way we were going to keep up with some of those. So that Corvette that came in second place had the L88 engine in it. Now that I'm certain is a 427 cubic inch. And this Chevy Forenza Can-Am behind it, that's a very powerful engine in a very small car. So again, there's no way we could have kept up with that in our Jag there. But that's alright. The idea of this particular game isn't to always win, it's to always have fun. Let's have a look. What else can we try there? We could do Manfeild, but I think I've done that before in a video. That's a New Zealand circuit, which is a couple of hours north of where I live. Yeah, okay, we'll do Manfeild. And what car are we going to take? Let's not do the Jag this time, let's do something a bit more powerful than that. I know what we should do. Up here, someplace. Oh, actually, this one I'm going to do. So this car's very, very late model for this game. This car is actually a didn't come with the game because the game only goes up to 1970s, whereas this car would be. It's a Holden Commodore. So Holden, of course, is Australian version of General Motors. So I don't remember exactly what year this one was. Early to mid 80s, I believe it is. And it will be running a Chevy engine, no doubt. So I think this is running a 350 cubic inch engine in the Holden Commodore. So we'll give that a bash. And see how we go. This video might be a wee bit longer because we're doing a second race on the same video, I'm sorry, but I just felt like that race that we just did, we didn't really get our full money's worth out of because the car wasn't quite quick enough to keep up with the front half of the pack. So hopefully we've rectified it this time. So we're on Manfeild Park Raceway, which is a New Zealand circuit, and as I said, in real life this circuit's about 2 hours north of where I live, and we're running a mid to early 80s Holden Commodore, which is a GM product. At least I'm sure I get the right start and I'm going in the right gear this time. I'm not going to try and tell you what all the cars are, why there's so many all bunched up really close together, but once they spread out a wee bit more, I'll tell you what each car is as we're coming up to it. Whoa! Okay, that wasn't a good. Hopefully we haven't damaged anything. It's still running, so we're going to keep on driving. I don't see any steam coming out of it or anything, so I think we got away with it. We were hard on the brakes when we hit some things, so we weren't going very fast when we hit there. Okay, that looks like a Shelby GT500. That's ahead of us. I'd say from the tail lights. Not very long straights on this circuit, so having a really powerful car doesn't necessarily help you a great deal, because the straights just aren't long enough to actually use all that power if you've got too much of it. And that's an American style Ford Falcon that's ahead of us. So what would that be? About 65, 66? I believe it would be. Oh, okay, that was not good. Ah, heck. Come on, come on. Please, move. Come on. Okay, that's totally screwed our race, but I can't really complain since it was entirely my fault, that crash. And that's a Lotus 7 that's ahead of us now. I want to get past him because we have a lot more power than he does. He's probably running a 1600cc 4-cylinder engine in that one. The smaller cars do a lot better on the circuit. Comparatively compared to some other circuits, just because there are no long straights on the circuit. So as I said, if you've got a lot of power, then you just don't get a chance to roll down on the ground on this track. So having a very, very small, lightweight car that can outbrake some of these bigger ones can actually be an advantage on this track. And sometimes the smaller, less powerful cars, whoa, come on, can actually be faster overall just because they outbrake you and take you on the inside of the corners. Position 11, this has been a terrible race for me. At least I'm finishing the races. I think the last time I recorded some races on this game, I don't think I actually finished any of the races, so I was out before I finished. So at least I'm finishing them today, even if the position I'm getting isn't a very good one. As I did get a first place just before I started recording, driving that Mazda RX-3 around that very flat Australian circuit, which was at Queensland Raceway. So I got a first place there today. So I've had one first today and one shocking race, and this is going to be another shocking one. And oh, come on. I don't even know what lap number we're up to, but I don't need to know because it's just been a shocking race, this one, so I think we'll be lucky in the top 10. Come on. Oh, there you go, we're at lap 9, position 9, sorry. We're definitely in the top 10 at the moment, as long as I can keep it together and not make any more big mistakes. Then we will finish in the top 10, so that'll be good. It's just as well we're only doing 6 laps of this race, because this is quite a small circuit. You can end up lapping some of the slower cars sometimes in slightly longer races. And that's a Chevy Impala 396 ahead of us. So this one with a 350 cubic inch engine, a smaller engine than that Impala, but also the advantage of about 2 decades of advanced suspension things over that car, which is why we ended up being able to take them so easily. Because yeah, this car, oh come on, was 2 decades newer than that one is. So all the advancements made in engineering and things over 2 decades, we had it all over them. Wow. This might be the last lap even, I haven't been counting. We'll know soon enough when we cross the finish line whether it's the last lap or not. Well, if we do have another lap, then I might get these 2 cars ahead of me. If this is the last lap, I'm not going to get either one of them, I don't think. Start finish straight is just around this corner here. Because I don't have a map on the screen when I'm racing, I should have bare minimum of instrumentation and things. If I forget what part of the track I'm actually on, it can be a bit of a disaster in this game, because you don't know what kind of corner you came up to next. So you really have to keep your wits about you enough to remember exactly what part of the track you're on at any given time. Come on. Yeah. Coming on to the back straight now. It's not really as straight, but it's not very long at least. Around this corner, start finish line again. Again, I'm not sure. Maybe this is the last lap I'm on now. Maybe it's not. I didn't count. Oh, yes, it was. So I think we got about 9th that time. I think. We had a terrible crash. But as I said, I can't complain about it since I'm the one that caused it. So. Okay. Oh, we got 6th. That's alright. Not going to complain at a 6th place finish. So, okay. So with that, I shall let you all go, because I know motor racing's not the thing that's terribly popular on my channel, and I've made you sit through 3 races if you've watched both videos now. So we'll call that a day, and I'll catch up with you again some other point when I get around to making another video. Thanks. Bye.